The Minister of State for Grand Bahama sharing a positive outlook for 2019. A prominent Grand Bahamian receiving a top honor. And get ready for a show on New Year's Day.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition for this New Year's Eve. Good evening, I'm Natalia Hall. Thank you so much for tuning in. As 2018 comes to a close, the Minister of State for Grand Bahama is reflecting on the past year and shares his optimism for the year ahead. The Minister of State for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, says he is pleased to see Bahamians investing and opening business in Grand Bahama over the past year. He says the government plans to provide more training in the year ahead in an effort to increase employment numbers for Grand Bahamians.
The government again is focused on tourism. We're focused on the redevelopment of Grand Lucayan. We are focused on finding the proper qualified buyer for the Grand Lucayan, which we believe is an opportunity for us to create a destination here in Grand Bahama. And it's an opportunity for us to provide even more employment for Bahamians. We're focused on our Tech Hub initiative. We're focused on bringing in additional tech businesses.
Now, time after time, many residents complain that they are still feeling the pinch from the economic downturn on Grand Bahama and that the government's response has been slow at best. Here's what the minister had to say to that.
I understand that the relief is not fast enough. We understand that. And that is one of the things that motivates us to continue to work the way that we are working. We have accomplished some things this year. We have brought some relief to some persons this year. We have made some significant steps this year. There's been some additional employment. Tourism numbers have increased. We believe that with respect to relief, hurricane relief that was left outstanding, that there have been a number of persons who have been assisted, over $4 million worth of assistance that have been provided, as well as the Urban Renewal Small Business Home Development.
Minister Thompson is confident that the government has made some progress.
Are there persons still in need in Grand Bahama? Absolutely. And that is one of the reasons why we will not rest and why we will continue to work the way we are working to ensure that those people who have not yet felt it, that they will eventually feel it. So we are also very prayerful and hopeful that next year that even more people will be helped. Next year, even more persons will be employed. Next year, even more developments will come on stream.
The minister says as a new year approaches, residents can be assured that the nation's leader is focused on Grand Bahama and helping Grand Bahamians. Italia Hall, ZNS Network. In other news, the Queen's New Year's Honors List has been released and a former Grand Bahama Member of Parliament is included in the list. Former Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama and former Minister for Housing Ken Russell getting the British Empire Medal for service to politics and to business. Janet Boswick, the first female elected to the House of Assembly, now named Dame Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire for her service to politics. She will now be referred to as Dame. Monsignor Alfred Culmer, former Police Commissioner Reginald Ferguson, and Apostle Leon Wallace receiving the Order of the British Empire, Culmer for religion, Ferguson for service to the civil service, and Wallace for community and religion. Cabinet Secretary Camille Johnson receiving the honor of Companion of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George for service to education and public service. Jason Hanna receiving a British Empire Medal for service to business and community. Former President of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union, Nicole Martin, receiving a British Empire Medal for service to industry. The New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade is just hours away, and while there will be fewer groups participating, the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee says that the parade will be exciting. The official opening ceremony gets underway at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon on West Pioneers Way. The first group out the blocks will be the Platinum Knights. Their theme colors of your imagination Next will be the A division and then the B group showtime. The swingers will be out third and they will take you on a tour of the United States. Sting will be coming out fourth, followed by the Superstar Rockers, their theme Alumni Night. Freedom International Ministry will be out of the block sixth. The classic dancers will join the parade next with a wonderful year of celebrations, and the Bushwhackers will close out the New Year's Day parade here in Freeport. Tonight, the B Group Showtime are in the shacks making their final preparations. Our Ramiko Knowles stopped by and they are assuring residents that they will be putting on a grand show.
We are now just a few hours away from the New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade, and there has been a lot of competitive talk coming in from various Junkanoo Group members. Former classic dancer, now leader of Showtime Junkanoo Group, Terry Wagu, says they're bringing something different to the parade this year. Their theme? Love.
When you're into Junkanoo, you try to accommodate any team you pick. You first got to accommodate costuming. Costuming is a big factor in picking a team, and then when you come talk about costume, you got to think about finance. And so you have to pick things that are appropriate to the pocket that you have, so that you can have the job finished. So a lot of time it's very simple because you only have being in a B group, we don't have that big money, and so we try to be very particular with what we choose so we know that we can afford it, because we're not going to take anything on the road that's not completed.
Wagus has been a participant in Junkanoo for many years and notes that for him, it's a labor of love. He says there's nothing to gain from the cultural parade if you don't love it.
Me, myself, I love Junkanoo. I've been with the classic dancers for over 25 years, and one of the reasons why I broke away is because I wanted to do something different. It's not about winning parades, or even though we're going to win the B division, it's not just about that. We have a good mixture of youth, and we have a group that don't have an age barrier or a gender. Female, male, we are not concerned about getting people that know Junkanoo. We are more concerned about people that don't know it. And we feel that that's the only way Junkanoo can grow.
The leader of Showtime adds that he is not worried about the competition. Rather, he advises them to follow the guidelines.
We're in the B division, but don't let's take it for granted. The B division have some guideline, costume and so forth, balance and so forth. I expect the competition to be in that. I think last year we didn't have that. We had guys competed against us with nothing. So what I say to them is follow the rules. And I say to the Junkanoo committee, be very mindful that if you're going to put rules in place, make sure you enforce them.
Now, as for Showtime Junkanoo Group members, they say they're ready. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Rumiko. Switching gears now, students enrolled in the public school system can enjoy a few more days this holiday season. The Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, announcing today that school will not open on Wednesday, January 2nd, 2019, as previously scheduled, but rather on Monday, January 7th, 2019, for teachers and students. The minister says this announcement may not be what parents wish to hear, as many were anxiously anticipating sending their children back to school on Wednesday, apologizing for any inconvenience caused due to the date change. However, education officials say that administrators and support staff are not entitled to institutional leave and are to report to school on Wednesday, January 2nd, 2019, or apply for leave. Minister Lloyd ending the statement by thanking all educators in both the Eastern and Western districts for their unselfish and excellent service to education in Grand Bahama. Police in Abaco are investigating an armed robbery that occurred early this morning. Reports of that shortly before 1 a.m., two males entered a business establishment on Bay Street in Dundas Town, dressed in a camouflage jackets and pants with hoods covering their faces, brandishing a firearm. They reportedly robbed a male of a quantity of cash and personal items before they made good their escape. Now, police in Abaco are appealing to anyone with any information on this matter to contact them at telephone numbers 347-3437, 347-2560, or call the Central Detective Unit office in Grand Bahama at 350-3107-12, 911-919, or call your nearest police station. Still on the crime beat, a male taken into police custody over the weekend. Reports of that on Sunday, December 30th, shortly after 1 a.m., officers of the Rapid Response responded to a disturbance at the Tano Beach area and, acting on information, arrested a 21-year-old male of Fortune Bay who was found in possession of a black and gray pistol, With one live round of ammunition, he was also wanted by the magistrate court in Freeport on 2 outstanding warrants. He will be arraigned before the magistrate court early this week. Don't go away, there's more news right after this break.